Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
In a couple weeks. You done another one? Oh, that's us.
God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real.
This is real, right here.
That is super real.
This is super
Yes.
real.
We are your hosts, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
And an armadillo.
I've been waiting my whole life to hold an armadillo,
There you go.
and I have it.
I've never
It's
held
happening.
one.
I'm sorry.
I've never even seen one in person.
He's mad.
Is he mad?
He's mad.
You done pissed him off,
That's
Chad.
what, give him my arm, and he'll calm down.
You pissed him off, Chad.
He's cool.
It's like a living bracelet.
We are
Yes.
here with Laura and Rick,
Infinity Acres.
Infinity Acres.
Yes.
I love them.
They came
I
to join
love
us.
them. They're an amazing people. They have a show here on BTW21, but that ain't what they do.
That's on Wednesdays.
Yeah, what they do is teach people about animals. And I've been out there numerous times with numerous people, and it's just been an amazing trip. You
And
just
it's gotten better.
Yeah, and it's gotten even better since I've been out there. It's been years back. Yeah, I've been wanting to bring my kids out there for a long time, but it's right here in Henry County, Ridgeway, right over there in Ridgeway.
How lucky are we?
We are
have
extremely
this?
blessed to have these people that actually care for animals. We're going to learn a lot about them. I don't need to speak about them because I want to know about them. Well, I know, but I need to know some more. And I want the people out there to know. So, Lama Laura,
Sure.
Ranger Rick. I think he's got a different name, though. We call you Ranger. Is it
Rancher.
Rancher?
Rancher.
Rancher.
Yeah.
There we go.
Our ranch.
Ranch. Sorry. Rancher Rick. There we go.
Called worse.
I've been called worse.
Yes. Thank you for coming out. And let's hear you. Let's take it back.
Okay.
We always do an interrogation. We want people to know they live here in Henry County, Martinsville, and we, of course, we were Patch County boys that come out here. And we just kind of, the area. Y'all moved here. I don't know when. We're going to find that out.
16 years ago.
How long ago?
16.
16 years ago.
From where?
Upstate New York.
Upstate
Way
New
upstate,
York.
heading
Really?
towards Canada. Everybody thinks when you say New York, they think of the city.
Right.
It's just like we don't go to the Virginia Beach every day because it's hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
That's the way it was. The city was 5-hour drive away.
Right.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize that. They hear New York, and they just automatically think of, the big city, the big buildings, the big everything.
I've only been to New York City a few times.
Right. We talked about that last episode. Holly was out here, and she was like, we're upstate New York. It's about as redneck as
Right.
Patcher County.
Got it.
Right. Same thing.
True.
Yeah.
Closed your eyes and dropped us either way. We wouldn't be able to tell you the difference.
Right.
Just for kicks
Except
and
for the
giggles.
snow.
You think of Magna Vista, their graduating classes are about 700 kids, right?
Yeah.
My children's graduating classes had 68.
Really.
Okay, so we're
So
talking
it's-
very rural where we were from.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So
This was kind of moving to more urban area for us.
yeah, it's great. It's
We
great.
left 180 inches of snow a year. That's what we
Wow.
So what made the immigration down here? What caused it? Snow.
Snow.
No, you're
I'm
tired
with
of
you.
it. Tired of it.
We
I'm
had
with you.
The winter between 2006 and 2007, we had over 200 inches of snow. We had more than 2 weeks below zero, not below freezing, below zero.
Yeah.
And I think at that point I'd splashed some water down my boots and it froze. I'm like, we're moving, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
We're outta
Okay.
Right. We're gone.
He goes, yeah, but. And I'm like, we're moving. I'm not doing another winter up here.
Yeah.
Now, the love of animals, did that happen before? Did you already have them?
That's been lifelong.
That's
been
lifelong. Okay, well, tell me about that. Like,
I moved
okay,
to a
you're
small
born.
farm when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And always loved being on a farm, always loved animals and livestock. One of my aunts was a veterinarian. She was actually the first woman
Let me get you a little
veterinarian,
bit closer to that. I'm sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
first woman veterinarian
There you
at
go.
Michigan University.
That's
Oh,
great.
Yep.
wow.
That's great.
She just passed away just under her 100th birthday.
Oh,
And that has changed a lot in time. I know that in 1973, I looked back at Locke Boyce's graduating class, and there was like 2 females.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's the other way around. Now
yeah.
there's
When we
like
go,
2
when we go up
males.
there, Virginia Tech,
There's
I
like
mean,
2
it's
males per
2 males
classroom.
per 20 women.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it has, the dynamics or the demographics have changed tremendously.
Right.
So, anyways, always loved animals. Grew up mostly on a farm. When we got married, we bought a small farm.
What year,
in
if you don't
upstate
mind
New
me
York.
asking?
94. We've been together for
Okay.
3 decades, and he
Yeah.
still puts up
Awesome.
with me
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Longevity.
Yes.
And we moved
Good
down
for you,
here.
my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
So we had
Right.
a small farm up there. We moved down here, got 60 acres, and it's very pretty. It's got a pond
That's
and a
beautiful.
creek, and
Oh my
the
God.
buildings were in kind of poor shape. He said, "Oh no, this is too much of a fixer-upper." And I'm like, "But it's beautiful and it's got water."
It's glorious.
So
Couldn't see it was overgrown mostly though.
Right.
Yeah. But y'all
for
handled
16
that.
years, we have done major projects every single year. We have expanded. We became a nonprofit in 2015.
Nice.
Well, actually, excuse me, 2012.
Oh.
We became a program for adults with disabilities. We got licensed for that in 2015.
Thoroughly enjoyed
That
it.
is the
And that
great.
is
I
an
watch
animal husbandry-based program.
when I
Yes.
watch your shows with those children. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
My
Yes,
clients are
I
amazing.
love it.
Yeah,
I
we,
love
it.
we love them.
Sure do.
The Enable group. Enable stands for Enriching, Nurturing, Animal-Based Learning Experiences.
Nice.
Our daughter came up with that acronym for us.
We're not going to change everything, but we want to make a difference. That's what we're trying.
Now,
Oh,
did you
y'all
move,
have. Very
did you
much
move
so.
onto this property with goals of doing what you're doing now, or was
Not
it
originally. So I'm a registered nurse, and I moved down here and just transferred working as a nurse down here. But then when I realized it was like a 50% pay cut, I started looking for alternative,
Right.
revenue services. And then we got, people kept saying, "This is like a park. You should let people come see your animals."
Yes.
And so it just sort of slowly evolved, and then it kind of became an avalanche.
quickly, right?
Well,
Right.
we made a commitment earlier too in our lives that before we even came here, we wanted to find something that we could work together with.
Yes.
You know, it's
That's
worked out
how you
fine.
keep
A love.
That's
Yin
how you
and
keep
yang.
a bond together.
Right.
yes.
It is.
Right.
And we'd actually done, when we were in upstate New York, we did an entertainment business. It was called Steers and Stereo because there was both of us.
Okay, now I
That's
got to
our
hear a
other
little bit more
life.
about like what now?
Steers and Stereo, it was a DJ entertainment.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
wasn't, we didn't just like play tunes. We did like entertainment. Like he's a very talented magician.
Yeah, really.
And we would get up and we would teach people how to do
Wait
different
a minute.
dances. And we
Hold
would do
on.
It's
skits.
a whole different life.
I need some magic. Hold on. I need some magic.
And see, and my portion of the magic show is I can make money disappear really well.
She does.
I love it. That's great.
Amen.
We also taught dancing.
Yeah, we
when
taught
were
dance
up there,
lessons.
And when we got down here in the very beginning, we taught dancing for a short while.
And it was funny.
Wow.
We actually had some people, and this was about 10 years ago. Some people that took dance lessons from us came out with their whole family for an encounter, and they're like, "Do you remember us? We learned how to dance."
Wow, that's cool,
yeah,
man.
it's kind of fun.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so-
I love it.
Different
I
life.
love it.
We've had a couple different lives,
Right.
but this is the one we really love. And so, he has a son with pretty profound disabilities. And in 2012, he came to live with us. His biological mom had passed. He came to live with us, and we realized that there was a lack of services
There is.
down here
Serious.
for
Absolutely
individuals with
serious.
disabilities.
And
And
they're
so
going
little Miss
away.
Polly optimistic, we're going, "Oh, I can do that." DBHDS is very challenging. I keep saying it's sort of like the IRS's evil twin sister. 500-page policy and procedures later, and inspections and paperwork like you can't even
Wow.
believe, we got our license.
Ain't that
And
amazing?
So that has been beyond a blessing. We
Right.
love what we do. We love the folks that we serve. Very grateful to have this opportunity. They come to us 5 days a week,
Yeah.
6.5 hours every day. And each of them have developed skills and developed their fine and gross motor skills. They've developed animal husbandry, nurturing,
Yes.
bonding. learning to give to others. We even do community service, like we go to the food pantry and pack boxes. We go visit the SPCA periodically. We
Yeah, I've seen
go do
that,
pumpkin
yes.
rolling. We do community service so that they also learn how to give back to others. And that's
That's
been really
amazing.
wonderful.
That's where the joy of life is.
It is.
Right.
Teaching them
It
that
is.
is.
Well, you know, and they're very proud of what they've learned. So when you've probably experienced it, when you come to the ranch as a visitor for
Yeah.
a tour, we usually will try to fold them into the tour.
They did. They
with
did.
something
They taught
that they've
us.
learned,
Right.
You know,
That is
and they're,
great.
you know, they have
God
a special
bless you
animal
all.
they
Man,
like.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So
Awesome.
everybody develops, like he said, a special animal that they like. So one of the fellows likes the Patagonian cavies. So his job each day is to give them food and water.
Now, what's a Patagonian
Cavy?
cavy?
It's
Sorry.
actually, that's okay. This all part of the education. This is
Right,
the fun.
right.
They
You've
are
seen
very
it.
cute little animals. They look like a puzzle. They look like a cross between a muntjac deer, a rabbit, and a wallaby, kind of
Wow.
mushed together with a really weird looking tail. And but they're actually part of the rodent family.
Really?
And
Third largest, I think, aren't they?
Oh, the
because
largest
I
of
think
the
beaver
rodents.
and beaver, the porcupines, and the cappies are in there. But we also have African crested porcupine, which is the largest rodent in
Porcupines.
Africa. And they go about 60 pounds.
Good
They're
gravy.
big.
Wow.
And now we're super excited.
Now,
because
do the
Now, you wouldn't be
porcupines,
holding no porcupine.
do they throw their things?
that is
no.
like one of the
Knew what
coolest
you were gonna
things.
ask.
That's what I want to know.
So they're pretty amazing. So they're the black and white ones. They're absolutely beautiful. And these are crested, so it looks like they have a mohawk along
Yeah,
their head.
yeah, yeah.
And in their tail, they've got a whole bunch of the quills that are hollow. And when they are upset, because they're not an aggressive by nature animal,
Right.
they're just a protective animal. When they get upset, they shake them, and it sounds like a rattlesnake.
Really?
And that's their warning
They're
to
hollow
stay
quills.
away.
Really?
And if you ignore that warning, which would not be a smart thing,
No.
they will bristle up, and they look like this big pincushion, and they kind of whip their body and run backwards and stab you with them. And it gets
Really?
released from their skin, and it'll be stuck in you.
So it's not thrown,
Not at all.
shot
That's
across
just-
like
that's
darts.
the cartoons.
That
That's
is
just
the
the
cartoons.
cartoons.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the cartoons. You know, like you see the cartoons, you see the possum hanging from a tree.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not
yeah.
true.
Not going to have that
Really?
trick, right?
Huh.
They could do it for a couple seconds, maybe.
When
But
they're
when you
babies.
see a mom walking along with the babies, where are they?
Up
They're
under
cleaning
her.
all
All
right,
over.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
On her back.
And they're
Huh.
a pouched animal too. You know, they're the
Wow.
only marsupial in the United States.
Yes. It's great.
yeah.
So this one right here is, he was kind of
Here, you can put
he
him
was
up on
kind
the
of
table.
chilling,
Let-
but
just set him
then
down.
Chad's got
Let
him
run
wide
around.
open.
Okay,
What's his name?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
here's
He's
a
on
question.
and then he
Here's a
pops
Oh, my
question for
grandson.
y'all. With those little legs, how fast can he run? Have we verified this?
I'm going to say maybe 15 miles an hour.
15?
10?
That's far. I
we
can only
heard it,
do
we
8.
will-
We can do
There's no
6.
way that animal could run 30 miles an hour.
30 miles per hour.
Yep.
He can do 30?
He could do a short burst of 30
Really?
miles an hour. And we said, that's just not true, and we verified it.
So if
He
you
done
notice,
30.
He's walking on his toenails.
Right.
And if
I
you
was just
look at-
saying it because you said, how fast do you
You
think
see
he
how
could
big
do?
those toenails are?
Yeah, he was.
Look at
he
that.
was.
Yeah, he was clawing that.
Yeah.
So by nature, these guys are insectivores.
Huh.
That's their primary diet. They do eat fruits and vegetables. Scrambled eggs, he'll run you over trying to get those scrambled eggs.
Really?
Hey, that's me. We got something in common.
But those toenails are for digging. Just like a pig, you see how tiny the eyes are? Their
get it
eyesight is very
done.
poor.
But his
Huh.
sense
The
of smell.
smell is amazing. They say that they can smell an insect 9 inches below the ground.
Good
And these
gravy.
big toes will crawl right in and grab those, can dig down
Dig
really
away.
quickly and easily.
So he's got some fur down there.
He does. He's my little dust buster.
I never
we name
knew
our
that.
dust bunnies.
I never knew they had fur.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'd never seen
There is
one
a
in
screaming
person.
hairy one too. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
But this is there's only 2 armadillos in the whole world that can do this.
That's crazy.
Look at that.
What in the world? That's like some
Complete
kind of
ball.
alien
That is
egg or
great.
something.
Yep.
Nature
And
takes care of
Man.
business.
Right.
just like a puzzle piece. Look at the tail.
Yeah,
They go
everything
right with
fits
the head.
together.
So they
Oh
say
my
that about
gosh,
the only
that's
natural
nuts.
predator in South America is a jaguar that's got a strong enough bite per square inch to pierce the shell.
Yeah.
These are mammals, despite the fact it feels like a tortoise shell. So this is made of keratin, which is a protein.
That's what I was going to ask you. So that's part of him.
And if
That's
you
not like
see,
a crustacean where
that's
they
right.
kind of inhabit.
So
That's part of their
these
spine.
three
nuts.
folds right here work like an accordion. See how it goes back and forth?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he is a three-banded armadillo from South America. Here in the United States, the ones that people see often, and they call them speed bumps in Texas, but you see them in
unfortunately.
Arizona, Alabama, sometimes Mississippi, and Florida, are the 9-banded ones. And they are
9 bands.
considerably larger. They've got 9 bands, and they cannot roll into a ball. They
Huh.
can curl a little bit, but they can't roll into a ball.
Wow.
So you would think that the bands would help them curl into a ball, but they can't.
Yeah, no, they're just, they don't fold
So
up.
it's like an
right.
armored possum
That's right.
for America, but that right there is South American.
I think he looks like Shrek with his ears.
I love them.
He
And
looks
is
like
just-
my.
He has absolutely won our hearts. We absolutely adore him.
Yes.
He's really funny. We let him run around the schoolhouse at night. And we put him up during the day because he tends to run in between people's feet. We don't want him to get stepped on or anybody to fall.
Right.
He's got a
Right.
foot fetish too.
But yes, he has a
So
foot
do I.
fetish. He loves to smell.
Yes.
He sticks his nose down into his shoes, and he.
Oh, he's a
he's
free
got
little
lot
guy.
Of personality.
Yeah, he reminds me of my Chorky. Just the way his head's shaped and the fur that's coming off.
This is a
That's
lifelong
crazy.
dream. You
Yeah.
all brought a lifelong dream
Yeah,
to me.
that's
I'm so
that's
glad about that.
insane. That's insane.
So we did just recently acquire a female,
Oh,
and
You got a friend coming. Direct.
Yeah.
right.
so
Gonna get
armadillos
married.
are funny. They can be very territorial, and by nature they tend to be more solitary animals. So we cannot just keep them together because they would eventually hurt each other.
Okay,
So-
so in the wild, they meet up, they mate, and then they go the separate
And then they go
ways.
separate ways.
Huh.
So in captivity, he gets like weekly conjugal visits.
Okay.
And then, and
I
then
like
he
those
gets separated.
visits.
Right.
Now, you know from working in the veterinary office for so many years, a lot of exotic animals are monomorphic, meaning
Yes.
you can't tell the male from female.
Right.
Wow.
So when I first got him, I said, well, how do I know for sure if it's a male?
Well,
There's no
he's
doubt.
got a third leg.
There's no
And I
doubt.
was like, oh, that's how you tell.
Yeah. Old fella's got a third
He is
leg there.
definitely dimorphic. You can tell the boys from the girls in armadillos.
That's great. So you have a female little companion
Yes,
for
her
him.
name is Roomba because her little fur collects dust just like the dust, like
That's
the little
great.
vacuums.
See, all I've ever been raised around is dogs and cats. So you want to pet them, but then you feel that shell. Can they really?
He can feel it. Yes, they have nerve endings in
That's
there.
weird.
Actually, so do
I mean, it's like,
tortoises.
hey, how you
People will
doing?
tap on the back of a tortoise. They feel it.
Right.
You know, it's like you having a hat on and tapping
Right,
on your head.
absolutely. There he is. Daniel's
Hang on,
holding
Daniel, I got to get your picture. 'cause
Daniel's
you've
holding
never
an
held one
armadillo.
before.
Live on the air.
Turn around.
an armadillo. That's great.
Got it.
Dude, you're cool.
Optimus
So
Prime. is
now, are
your
you
husband.
hoping that these two mate and you get some babies over there at N58 Acres? And
And some is sort of, they actually usually only have one
really,
puppy kid.
talk to yeah,
One puppy
one
kid,
pup,
just
really.
one. And you're lucky. They're very difficult to breed. The three-banded armadillo is
Go ahead. Sorry.
not a threatened one yet, but it is, of concern in South America because of habitat loss and the fact that they don't breed often and they only have one at a time.
And one at a time, once a year, or maybe multiple
generally
times.
just once a year.
All right, Chad.
We had a great baby year this year. Oh my goodness. So we got Maya, the baby camel. We got a female dromedary.
You got a
Baby
baby
camel.
camel.
Yes.
I
Oh,
missed
my
that.
goodness.
I missed that.
I didn't.
I got to
She
see a
is-
baby camel.
She is
seen her.
amazing.
So how
so
old is she now?
She is now
Sorry.
5 months old.
Wow.
Her mother we knew this ahead of time, does not make, she's not a good dairy cow. She doesn't make a lot of milk, but she's a wonderful mother. So we're kind of co-parenting, so we are supplementing with bottles. And she's very nurturing, teaching Maya how to be a good camel. And in the
Nice.
meantime, we're supplementing with milk. She's beautiful.
Wow.
Super excited to
I
have her. In
gotta
fact, we
see
were
her.
at Mountain Valley Brewery, did a kissing booth fundraiser over
Oh,
there.
I would have kissed her.
There you go.
I missed it.
And then we have.
So was it kissing the camel or
Yeah,
what?
kissing the
Oh,
camel.
kissing the camel.
Kissing the camel.
That's
And
great.
then we have,
That's great. What are the babies? Sorry.
We had 3 baby Coda Mondays, Little Mountain Coda Mondays.
And you're going
So-
to tell me what to come, whatever that is. I'm sorry.
The nicknames are either Meth Monkey or
Myth Monkey.
or Crackoons because they look like
They look like
raccoons
a
on crack.
raccoon on it. Yes, absolutely.
They are sweet, they are friendly, and they are just total mischief.
Just monkeys?
No,
So,
they
what
are
are
not
they?
primates. They're actually
They look like a lemur. They kind of look like a raccoon. You know, there's
Really?
you know,
Kind of a
just-
mix?
so they're
kind of
actually a
thing.
cousin to the raccoon and bear family,
Huh.
and so they do not have retractable claws. They can climb,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting.
Very.
The joints on their back legs have got extra flexibility, so that not only can they climb up the tree, but they can control climb down the tree face down, not back down like
Face
a cat.
down.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh.
amazing little animals.
Man.
Absolutely love them.
I
2 of
gotta
them went
see
to
that.
Michigan to another facility, and 1 went to Kentucky.
Huh.
We had 2 African crested porcupine babies. They're interestingly, their quills are soft at birth, and then they harden up.
Really?
Yeah.
And
about it.
they're hollow, right?
They'll stab
Are they
later.
hollow?
They'll stab
They'll
later.
stab later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll stab you later.
They'll stab you later.
But no, we bottle raise them so that they're really friendly.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Used
stay
to
friendly.
people.
You can put halters on them and teach them how to walk on them.
Wow. Love it.
They're good animal ambassadors. So what we do with our parents, because again, they're in the rodent family, so they've got large teeth, we let our guests come up, and they come up to the gate and they put their feet up on it, and we give fruits and vegetables on little shish kebab skewers or chopsticks, and they can feed the porcupines.
Oh, yeah.
And-
great.
I love it.
And then we
I
got
love it.
capybaras. We just had our second capybara, so now we've got a mating pair. So hopefully next year we'll
Now,
have
what is,
baby
what
capybaras
is a capybara? I
It's
see. I'm
the largest rodent
in the world.
largest rodent in the world.
Yep.
So what's it?
So
what's it
think
kind of
about
look like? So-
twice the size of a beaver.
wow.
Yes, almost like the
So
size
you're
of a
going like
potbelly.
this. I'm thinking twice the
they're
size of a
big.
beaver, maybe.
No, they're pretty big.
They're really.
They're
They
big.
got a big old head on
They can
them.
go like 150 pounds.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a 150-pound, somewhat of a beaver.
Pretty much. But they're actually like one of those.
Lord.
They're kind of one of the in animals now. If you go on TikTok and you put in capybara, you'll see them all over the
Really?
place. They're very popular.
Huh.
They're a very gentle animal.
Yeah.
And they're very good at getting along with other animals. So you'll see all these pictures of ducks sitting on their backs, hanging out with something. I've got a really cute picture of my tortoise in the pool with it.
Nice.
So yeah, they're very neat little animals. And the male that we just got, he's super friendly. So he will crawl up on people's lap and eat goodies. And he's very
Really?
friendly.
What's he weigh?
He's young. He's only 7 months old. So I'm going to say he's probably only between 50 and 60 pounds.
Only 50,
Right.
60 pounds.
So we will get caught up on
That's
all these
full-blown.
animals and all the questions, but I do want to know, can we put out the address to where you guys are? Where can people find you? How
Yeah.
can we get people to your place of
Right.
business?
We'll
we would
definitely
love
have
that.
it.
You know,
That
some
would
of our
be
Yes.
neighbors have never heard of us.
Right,
We're still running into that.
right. I didn't until
still
like
running
7, 8 years ago. I was like, "What? This place is right here."
Yeah.
Right
So
here.
several times throughout the show, let's bring up
Yes.
where we could go,
And
see
we'll have the
these.
link below too, also.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's www.infinityacres.org.
Okay.
Now you can also go to Infinity Acres on Instagram, Infinity Acres on TikTok, Infinity Acres on Facebook, because you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Amen.
And
I got people for that.
so we try to stay current on social media. Plus, we also have our weekly show.
Yes.
We've been adding. We've gotten some really wonderful sponsorships. Molina Healthcare
Awesome.
sponsored several of our events and several of our programs.
Yeah,
this
shout
year.
out to them.
All of them. All
Shout
your
out,
sponsors.
okay,
Absolutely.
shout out
Look
to
at that camera right there and just
Molina
shout out.
Healthcare and Olga for being our liaison with that. And then, of course, Dr. Jones and Deshawn. They have been sponsoring
Dr.
us
Jones
for
is-
years. And
Yes.
they're amazing, okay? And they've got offices in Stewart.
Yep.
And their first one was here in Martinsville. Now they've even expanded out to Danville.
That's great.
But just consistently, they have been right in our corner, helping us out, especially as we were growing and, starting off, we didn't know a whole lot about networking, and they have
Yeah.
just been our guiding light on a
Well,
lot of
Dr.
that.
Jones has been around.
That's beautiful.
He's probably been around for longer than I can remember, but I remember the early 90s, and him just dedicated to just everything he could help.
He's a great
And so I've
community
always
person.
thought a lot about him. Yeah, he was very community oriented.
He is.
I love it.
And there's a program called the NAP. I don't know if you've ever heard of the NAP program. NAP stands for Neighborhood Assistance Program. And it is shockingly an agreement between the Department of Taxation and Department of Social Services. And they said that
I
anybody,
need that number.
any business that donates to a nonprofit organization that serves the poverty population will get a high tax rate. So
Really?
we can offer a 65% tax rate
Wow.
on the donations to our poverty. Yeah.
Wow.
And so that has been absolutely phenomenal.
that's-
We've been able
that's
to
great. What a
improve
blessing.
and expand our exhibits, the enrichment. We've been able to maintain our low cost for people to be able to afford it because
Wow.
unfortunately this is a high poverty area. I
Yes.
mean, you know that from Patrick County.
Yes.
And
Graining's not getting less expensive either. It's
No.
almost doubled in a year.
yeah,
Right.
it has doubled in the past year, but
Right.
we're not raising our prices. So the only way we're able to do that is through sponsorships and donations.
Right.
So we've been able to start a concert series this year.
I saw that.
that
You've had our friends above the fray.
My goodness,
Yes.
that is
I love 'em.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
We've
they're
had
great
some
people.
great people already, and the next
Yes.
two bands are one is called Just Us, and they're
Yes.
playing in August. So we set the band up on the dock.
It's a floating
People
dock.
sit around
remember
sit around the edges, and we put a bonfire out there. We've got Scuffle Hill Brewery serving beer. We've got
Yes.
Super Dogs Hot Dogs serving hot dogs, and they either serve tacos, they serve pulled pork or pulled chicken.
So it's like
beverages.
a
It's a great venue.
is it like a what do you call that truck? Like
food truck?
food truck? Or what?
They
how
either
do
come with
that?
their food truck or
Or
a
they
food
get
tent.
like a tent, whatever. Okay,
and
cool.
It depends
Wow.
on what they're selling.
Nice. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It
lights
is.
up at
Everybody
night.
kind of coming together and everybody supporting each other. Yeah.
It lights up
for
at
the
night,
community.
too.
I say, then Rancher Rick has got the creative part, and he's got lights all over, and so the whole dock has got twinkling lights around it.
Nice.
So are you using the LED lights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
LED
really
kinda
changed
and,
the lighting world,
Like
right?
when you walk down, it's a short walk. It's maybe 100 yards.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I remember when
And
you was
it's a
working on it.
pathway
I think we come down
of
there.
Lights.
Yeah.
At night when you're leaving, it's guided with lights. And
Awesome.
It's really nice. It's
Awesome.
And not only that, we had a grant from the Community Foundation, and we call it the People Mover. It's a Kubota UTV. And so anybody that has trouble walking, we can put wheelchairs and walkers in the back,
Wow.
and we can drive them down there.
That's what I love.
So
Let's get the address. What's the actual address?
136 Joppa Road in Ridgeway, Virginia.
There you go.
We're 5 miles from the Speedway.
Yep.
And easy to get to. We've got a big parking lot that keeps getting bigger and bigger too. Big
Nice.
parking lot. We keep everything posted on our Facebook, and we keep as well as the website too.
Right,
I
right.
will say though, make sure that everybody knows all of our animal encounters are done by appointment only. We are not a
Yes.
typical zoo where anybody can just pop in
Right.
anytime and wander around. Everything is staff led. So that does two things. It provides a safe experience for the animals from people who might not understand, don't
That's
put your fingers in things or how to handle an animal. But it also allows the people to have amazing experiences. They give
Right.
baby bottles to the kangaroos and wallabies. They can go
We've done that.
Yes,
The kids
you can
loved
go
it.
into the capybara pen and sit down and have a capybara on your lap.
Right.
You go in the bird aviary. You can take a llama for a walk.
Yes.
But all of those have to be done with staff.
Right,
Because
that
we
allows
teach you
you-
about the animals
And
and,
I wa-
how they safely interact with each other.
Right, that allows the experience to be just
Oh,
Off the
it's
chain.
unbelievable.
Off the
There
Off
is
the
nobody
chain.
else
I
who
like
does
that.
that.
Off the chain.
Off the
Yes.
chain.
Now
Nobody else does it.
Now we do have to take a break. I'm sorry.
Oh, did we get that?
Yeah, I got the finger.
That went fast.
It went really quick.
Which
But I
finger
want to
did you
get
use?
back because I'm not a zoo lover, but you're not a zoo.
I am.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the second half because I'm not a fan of the zoos. I'm sorry.
I am.
But
See, we're going to have a different opinion here
we will.
because I believe that those zoos give opportunity for people to learn something about the animals that they're trying
We'll
to
That's
talk about it.
important.
We'll talk
So
about
it's
it.
important.
It is important.
It's a,
Yeah.
you know,
3-1, I guess, maybe, probably.
we'll fight.
I'm screwed.
Anyway, we'll be back in a minute.
We'll be right back.
Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you. And we're back. Lama Laura, Rancher Rick. We are here We are so grateful for them to come out here, bring a friend with them. And
It's my friend now.
his friend now.
Yeah.
He is the Armadillo Whisperer.
Yes, he officially has a new nickname now.
New
the
nickname.
Armadillo Whisperer.
He's my
I'm
buddy.
your host, Daniel Lewis, and the Armadillo Whisperer, Chad Hudson. That's him.
And look, now we're on the air.
I told you.
And he's agitated.
I told you. Yeah, I was like, as soon as we turn back on, he's going to be showing his stuff. But anyway, we talked a lot of stuff during the break. I wanted to get in a little bit more of that. Well, we talked about the zoo thing, but I don't know if we want to get into that or not. But anyway, churches. You said you invite a lot of churches out, seeing God's creation. Chad kind of brought that up. He's just always been in tune with them. Like I mentioned before, and I've known him for over a decade now, I used to kill spiders, snakes. I mean, I would kill them. And ever since I met him, I've kind of got a new perspective on what they bring to society.
To our world.
To our world.
To our world.
Yeah, I mean,
They have a purpose.
everything has a
place.
purpose.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
everything has a place.
I am still trying to figure out the purpose of a tick, but other than that,
Right. Amen to that one. Ooh.
That's population control.
so
Yeah.
we
Right.
have we've got a tarantula, and we have Santiago. She's a Chilean rosehair, which tends to be
wow.
one of the more docile tarantulas, and we named her Santiago since it's the capital of Chile.
Nice, yeah.
And ever since I've got a relationship with my tarantula, I don't kill spiders anymore. I look at them and say, "Oh, come on, outside. You're Santiago's cousin.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Move on.
Move on."
Move on.
One of the things that brings us a lot of joy with our
I'm
educational.
sorry, I know you
Headphones.
love those headphones. She loves them.
Not
She
fun,
loves
not,
them.
yeah, not,
She
not my
loves them.
favorite. We bring our snakes out. Now, when my kids were little, they said, "Mom, can we get a snake?" And I'm like, "Sure." When you're 18 and you live somewhere else.
Amen.
And you never say never, because now I own 5 snakes and they don't have any. and I'm, cautious around other snakes, but I really like my snakes. So I said, well, if I'm going to have a snake, it's going to have to be a pretty one.
And they're not
So,
hot.
Yeah,
They're not
no,
hot snakes.
not hot or venomous. No, we don't do
That's
hot
good.
snakes. So
No
I
hot
got
snakes.
a beautiful corn snake, Cobb the corn snake. We like to be punny with our names. We have Edgar Allan Crow. We've got Cobb the corn snake. We've got Cappuccino the capybara. So we like to
Oh,
be punny.
yeah. Right. Well, it helps people relate, too.
does.
Yeah,
When
it
you're
does.
there, it's like, what's his name? Brr, 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 brr. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they remember them.
Yeah.
So Cobb is almost 6 feet long. He's extremely large for a corn snake. They don't normally get that big. And he has been held literally by thousands of people. He has helped so many people overcome their fear. When we do a lot of nursing home visits, we've had 90 and 100-year-old ladies who've never touched a snake.
Never.
Put it around them or hold
Right.
it. Pose for
I'm
pictures
holding
with
that
it.
thing to death. And here you go. Okay.
We teach a lot of the kids, our message to the kids are, look, everything has a purpose
Yes.
and everything deserves to be treated with love and respect.
Right.
And if you're scared of it, you go to a grown-up and we'll reassure you and hug you. We tell the teachers, if you're scared, come on over here and I'll hug you. And you don't have to touch it.
No.
But you have to at least learn about it
Why they're
and
here.
be respectful of
Right.
it.
Right. What is his purpose?
Now, when we first moved down to the South, everybody's expression was, the only good snake's a dead snake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, that's not true. It's also illegal.
It is illegal to
Yeah. It is
kill
illegal.
a snake.
Yep. Yep. It is illegal to kill the snakes. But there's also no reason. It's easy enough to
It's true.
Shoot away.
remove them, shoo them away. So we
Yes.
tell children, you can touch the snakes here at the Educational Center.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a snake outside, you're to do 2 things. You get a camera and a grown-up. And you take a picture of it, and the grown-up tells it to move on to somewhere else.
Yes.
You don't have to hurt it. You just sort of go on.
Well,
And-
that's where people get bit. In the field that we're in, veterinary medicine, is we see someone trying to either hit it with a stick
Yeah.
or trying to remove it or trying to do something to the animal. That's when they get bit, and that's when we have a tragedy of sorts. But leave it alone.
Well,
Let 'em
leaving
be.
the animals alone, like look at the bears, the bear.
Oh,
The bear
gosh.
is only being trained by the human, being fed by a human. Now when it comes and menaces somebody, what do?
They
Yeah,
euthanize
put
it.
You
Right.
know,
is
so
sad.
it's not fair to the animal.
No.
It's just not fair. We're taking everything away from them, and we expect them to stay where they don't even have a home anymore.
Well,
Right.
we're up in Patrick County where they're working on the mountain up there,
Yeah.
up 58. We have seen numerous bears down in the valley.
Yeah.
You know,
What are they
and
gonna do?
They're getting run out of the area, but people are feeding them,
Yeah.
and that's a big mistake.
bad
That's a
deal.
bad
That
deal.
puts the
right
being
there.
dumb. So, you know, it
That's
really
right.
does. There are areas up in New York State, they have some serious problems with bear, Tennessee. The bear walking into the stores.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
And
that. Yeah.
they're getting too humanized, and that
It
becomes
is.
a problem with that type of animal. Now, Chad, you'll appreciate this
Still
being in the
wild
veterinary
animals.
business. One of the things that we do this with all of our groups and all of our events. We made up a little rhyme, and we teach it to the kids, and we turn around and have them teach it to their parents, and we tell them that this is the way to interact with the animals, because we want not only the people to feel safe and loved and respected, but the same thing for the animals. And so we
Absolutely.
teach them a rhyme, and we go, respect their spaces and don't touch their faces.
Yeah,
Right.
I love it. I love it.
And it is a
Right.
short, simple thing that hopefully makes a big impact, because, and we use the expression, or the demonstration, I'll ask for a volunteer, and I'm like, if I don't know you and I'm in Walmart and I start touching your face and poking in your
Right.
nose, you're not gonna like it, you're gonna be calling
No.
for security.
Absolutely.
It's not respectful, and it makes someone feel fearful or nervous, and we don't want our animals to feel that. So that's one of our biggest educational messages is respect their spaces, and don't touch their
Don't
faces.
I
touch your
love that.
faces.
We need
Right.
shirts
You
that need
understand
to be
that
real.
animals do instinctively know that their head or their legs are the predator's targets.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So, and they always want to protect them. Always
Right.
want to protect
And
them.
when
Didn't
you
think
think
about
about
that.
it, but-
We are too.
And
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah,
the comment
don't
frequently
get in my
is,
face.
Yeah.
well, I do this with my dog all the time. And I'm like, okay, and there's the perfect example. You have a relationship. You have a trusting relationship. I can touch his face, okay?
Right.
I can't go up and start touching people's faces in
Right.
Walmart.
Right.
Do that one more time.
I get tattoos.
And then
But
say-
that is right.
But,
That is
but and we say slow and gentle neck and back is generally acceptable.
Right.
And that's for all the animals. Then we say, think about football. You stay away from the end zone on all the big animals.
Oh,
You
yeah.
stay away from the tails.
Wow.
So, because it's important for people to know how to interact with animals safely so they have good experiences. Because
Right.
bad experiences create fear, and then they pass that along to other people, or bad reputations, and then there's people have to develop new laws just
Yeah.
because the people didn't know how to
Ignorance.
interact appropriately.
So thankful for y'all because, I mean, you know, we see different animals. We don't see that. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
I think he's,
Have you ever
Besides
seen-
YouTube.
Have you
I
ever
think
seen
he's
this?
hungry. What is that?
This is a Dubai roach.
That sucker is
Dubai
huge.
roach?
Now I'm more scared of
Those
that thing
cockroach?
than I am of that.
It is a type of cockroach.
I'm
There's
not even-
actually several different breeds.
So is this his food?
This is actually a larger version of what he would normally eat. But we
What
do
what are
have
you doing to it? Oh, you're just picking it up.
sugar
Oh, it's right there.
gliders
Well,
and
So will he try to eat that? You think?
his
Feed him,
mouth, I
Chad.
don't
It's
think
too
will
big.
open
Feed him,
up that
Chad.
much.
Too big for his mouth.
It might
Oh,
be
it's
too big for
his
him.
mouth.
And also, here
Got to
he may
break him
not-
apart. Oh, he's going to eat
Oh,
it.
is he going to eat it?
Well, he was. Oh,
It's a little big for him.
it's a little tasty. He's like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. No.
No.
Chad, you're going
Well,
to have
now
to
what
eat
are you
it.
going to do?
Well, I'll eat it.
Go ahead.
Can
It's
you
actually
eat these?
probably a lot of
Look, look,
protein.
show it. Show it.
A lot of protein.
Where's the camera? That
Shania,
camera?
you want a bite?
Yeah.
Huh? I'll eat it.
Tastes better than that taco.
Well, I don't want to steal his food.
Right.
Oh, we got plenty of cake.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, we don't need
I don't need you to come touch it.
We don't need that in Martinsville. They got enough of those cockroaches.
That's a pregnant
Come back
female.
here.
That's a pregnant female.
Hold up. So are they good?
Try it.
Oh, my.
Oh, yay!
Are they good?
You are my hero. There
They're
we
good.
go.
They're all right.
I'll loan you my water if you'd like to wash it
matter.
down.
My mouth just got dry.
Yeah, I just,
They're good.
So
So
you
that's
need
what
to
he
come-
eats. He
so
eats
you need
little
to come to
roaches.
the museum when they have bugs, brews, and beers.
Yeah, I'll drink the beers and eat the bugs.
There you go.
gee, what'd that taste like, Chad?
Popcorn.
Right. It
Was it?
Yeah,
It's like
it was
popcorn?
good.
Just
You
like
got
a
another one
crunchy-
over there?
If
I'll
I
try
get
it.
no,
I ain't got no
that's
more.
it.
There.
So
Good.
disappointed.
God, I was just kidding.
But
I
you know
knew-
what?
I knew you didn't have another one.
Chad, in honor of you doing that, I have a
Oh.
shirt for you.
Look at that.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Look at that.
And
Nice.
that also means you're going to come in.
Ooh.
I will come and volunteer.
There
Right.
you
Yes.
go.
You
Chad,
call me up.
You are the
Look at
hero
that.
of the night
You
and the
is.
armadillo whisperer.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
The bug-eating armadillo.
I will come
armadillo
volunteer.
whisperer.
That's for sure.
See,
Yes.
you get one of those if you eat a bug too.
See, you didn't get a shirt.
I'll pass on the shirt. I really want one, but what's a bandana? Half of one?
One of the legs.
One of the legs? Yeah, we'll do that. So tell
You
us a
come on
little.
out and visit, and we'll get you a shirt.
Most definitely. Thank you. Tell us a little bit more. Oh, wait, what other kind of animals do you have? I know you've mentioned
So,
a bunch,
Shania,
but you got
have
a
the picture of the
ton.
capybara?
Yes.
We got pictures of
We
it.
got some pictures
So
going on.
this one is
here.
when she was very young.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay, now I
that's
get
a
to see
young
what you're
one.
talking about
Look
there.
at
So
Their
these
feet.
are a semi-aquatic animal from
at the
South
feet.
America.
Wow.
They have become very, very popular. They've got very cool personalities.
So she's good size.
Now they live in the rivers.
The
Is that
rivers
correct?
and the banks, yep,
Yeah.
of South America.
How big is she? What'd you
Now
say
there
again?
she's probably only about 30 pounds. And she's
But she's a
probably,
baby.
Yeah, that was when she was a baby. I couldn't pick her up right now.
And full grown, she's
She's not even full grown yet. And right now she's probably about 75 to 80 pounds.
80 pounds.
I seen one on YouTube or something that was
Yeah, I've seen those before.
Yes.
something crazy.
You were explaining it earlier,
Very
but I didn't
popular on
realize.
TikTok right now.
Pull about 150
Okay, that's the
pounds.
one you were talking about.
Yes, the
Okay.
150 pound one when she's
You know,
full
but
grown.
and they can get up to 180. Some of them can.
Yeah, the big
Well,
males.
he's pissed off now, Chad. You ate his supper.
I ate a supper.
And we've got the African crested porcupines. So we always say we go literally A to Z. So we have armadillos all the way to zebra.
Okay.
Beautiful.
One of the most popular ones these days is Zelda Zonky, and she is half zebra and half donkey.
Oh,
Oh, you
he
like
likes
that?
the water. He's like, oh,
You do,
ooh,
he's
that's cold.
drinking.
Yeah.
Zelda
like,
Zonky is super popular.
Like, thanks, Chad Hall. That's some Walmart crap.
That's some Walmart water right there. That's pure life.
Tastes like Martinsville water. Sorry. You got some more pictures?
How about our concert pictures? Because we've got another one coming
Oh,
up in
yeah,
August
concert,
and then in
yes.
September. So we've got Just Us. So this is the
Wow, look
It's
at
just
that.
in twilight.
That's beautiful.
pond. And
Yeah, you got
people
some room.
People sit around sit around the pond. On the back corner there, the lightly lit building is the where Scuffle Hill Brewery sets up.
Okay.
And then we've got Super Dog, Hot Dog people come and they set up a food concession or food
Looking
truck.
forward to that.
This is what it looks like at night. We have the
Beautiful.
band actually set
Wow.
up on the dock.
On the dock.
And the acoustics is sort of like a natural bowl. The acoustics are phenomenal.
Wow.
You know, they look and they go, we got to go way down there. And once they hit their music and start playing, they all look at each other.
It's not that far.
Oh, wow. This is
It makes
wild.
such a difference.
Right. I remember y'all kind of building that, and it just what got me into that was you're talking about Dr. Jones. I think he actually sponsored to help
He
build
did.
that.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah, I
and
remember
that's-
that now.
It's called the Doc's Dock. Because
The
it's
Doc's
for
Dock.
Dr.
Cool,
Jones.
yeah,
Doc's
yeah.
Dock. And
Neat.
that's where the band sets
Neat.
up.
Yeah.
So-
shout out to him again.
Yes,
and his
absolutely.
practice. Everybody else.
And we
awesome.
We've got the flyers are up on our in fact she's got a copy of the flyers she'll
Okay.
put up on here.
Yeah, we'll
we
get it
have
out
it
there
on
too.
Facebook.
There you
and we
go.
have it there we go.
Yeah.
So
Pond concert
August 26th
series.
is Just Us, and they're really good. They play a lot of covers from all the different decades.
Okay.
And then if you've never heard League of Ordinary Gentlemen, they are high energy, like you can't sit still. You have to get
yeah.
up.
They involve the audience a lot, too.
Yes.
Nice.
So
Do
really,
do
really
the
exciting.
camels get involved? Do the camels ever?
We usually dress up some of the llamas and bring them down there, yes. We had llamas and baby goats and the puppies.
Yes.
So and you may know people from your practice, but we've got an outstanding litter of golden doodle puppies available.
Really?
And they're truly exceptional. Their parents are part of our animal ambassador program. So these puppies have the potential to be excellent emotional support animals.
Oh.
And the nice quality is they are high content poodle, and so they do not shed. Now they have
Right.
to be groomed.
Well, I was going to say that. The allergies are kind of minimal, right? Of
Exactly.
those kind of dogs.
Nice.
So as you know, a lot of your F1s, which is your first generation, at 50% golden retriever,
Still-
you're still going
right.
to get shedding. These do not shed.
That's great.
Wow.
And their
what people need.
disposition is phenomenal. We just are finishing up our 3rd week of Animal Adventure Summer Camp. Highlight of all the kids' day is puppy time.
Puppy
Oh, yeah.
time.
These
I'm
puppies
sure.
have been handled and loved on. Oh my gosh, they are just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I'm a
And
puppy guy myself.
They've
I
already
love
had
me
their
some
first
puppies.
vaccine, and they are already started on house training. They come when they're called. I mean, they're
Wow.
awesome.
So you have these puppies that really make good companions, but they make good service dogs too for
Yeah.
people in needs.
Absolutely.
Going to elder, with the allergy decrease in their coat, it makes them a great pet, and it makes a
does.
great service dog.
They're hugely, these are very, very intelligent too. Their parents are way, way intelligent.
It's amazing how intelligent.
Amazingly
I mean,
intelligent.
you got some dogs that come out there pure dumbasses, but then you got ones that come out there and they have intelligence beyond what you really comprehend.
Right.
She
Smarter than
smiled-
most people.
The other day I was having her come off the porch and she didn't want to go with the pups anymore because we're weaning them.
Oh,
She's about done.
She smiled at
she
me.
knew. Huh?
She smiled at me.
Wow.
She's like, thanks, thanks, Rick. Appreciate that.
yes. Rancher Rick, we like it.
The last nursing home visit we
Me a
did,
shirt. I got me a
Yeah,
shirt.
whatever.
Yeah. I only had to eat a bug, and I got me a shirt.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
at the last nursing home visit, we had Misha, which is the puppy's mother,
That's great.
off leash, and she would walk with me, and each person I'd say stop and greet. She stopped and greeted each resident, came inside the building, and went
Wow.
into each room as directed.
You know, Daniel and I
Completely off
talked
leash.
talked
Right.
about that on the way down here. Is they need that.
Yes.
The elderly people that are put in these homes or have to rehabilitate some. The amount of, we were talking actually about kids
Yeah.
because I have 7 children. We were talking about a time that I brought one of my children into an old nursing home, and the doors opened from the elevator, and they all spotted my children. And they all started coming at them. There was kids, and their eyes were this. And my kids kind of got behind me. They were scared to death. It was kind of, but they
Same
need-
with animals.
same with animals.
Yeah.
They need that.
One of the nice-
kids and animals.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now,
kids
and
and
you know
animals.
from having worked over at the nursing home,
Yes.
the memory. So a lot of times short-term memory goes first.
Right.
So they may not remember a lot of current names, places, things that they've done. But when they see the animal, it triggers long-term memory.
Long-term,
right.
So it's
Way
a different part of the
back,
brain.
it
It
does.
triggers long-term memory and the stories.
Absolutely.
We had one of our volunteers literally get teary. We had taken the animals to one of the nursing homes in North Carolina, and this one particular lady hadn't spoken in almost a year. And her son was visiting the day that we had the animal exhibit, and she said, "Beautiful horse," on one of our miniature horses.
Wow.
The son couldn't believe after almost a year of not hearing his mom speak.
There it was. Some
But
of
that triggers,
right
yep,
there.
it triggers those memories. Like that
Yes.
gives me chills. Like those
Right.
are the things that make it passionate for
Yes.
what we do.
Yes.
We love those
There-
experiences.
There are some nights when we go to bed, we're going, this has been a rough day or a rough week.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning when our clients come in, the team comes in and they smile and they greet you. It's all
all,
gone.
Yeah.
all
It's all
Forget
worthwhile.
all about
Yeah.
it. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
I love our.
Yeah, I remember
clients.
bringing folks over there for a few years, 2 or 3 years. I think
Yeah.
we come over there, and just like what you were saying earlier, they had never touched a snake. I mean, it was just like,
Yeah.
and I was like, she's got some snakes over there. You don't have to touch them, but I mean, if you want to, it's a controlled environment. They friendly. They know people, and some of them blew my mind because they were like, "I'm never touching no snake. I'm gonna kill it." And we got over there, and they were like, "Oh, can I hold it next?" And I mean, I was just like, yeah. Don't freak out. No, they're not freaking out. I just don't say nothing.
And do you
they're
remember
just
walking
awesome.
the llamas with the folks with the
Yes.
wheelchairs?
Yes, yes.
So that's the other thing is we do a
Love it.
lot of training with our animals. Our llamas especially, we take them to festivals and nursing homes and schools and everything. We did a program at the YMCA. They took the elevator down to the gym. They walked through the YMCA
Wow.
into the elevator downstairs and out.
Wow.
They will go in. We've got them. They'll go into the nursing homes, and we can get them to put their head down on the bed.
That's great.
But think about the ones, we've also trained them to walk with a wheelchair
Yeah.
or a walker
Yeah.
without being nervous at all.
See, I didn't get
I
a shirt, and
admire.
I had a llama French kiss me.
All right,
Over
I'll tell
there.
you
Well,
what,
that's all-
you come pick your shirt up.
Thank
You've
you.
got a
come
Thank
make
you.
your shirt up.
You've
Thank
got
you.
a-
You said that like you were complaining.
No. I said
And it was a first. And it was a first date.
it was the first day.
first date,
First time I ever
yeah.
met her. Whoa! I didn't even have to buy you lunch.
So now, you both do a show on BTW 21 as well.
Every
That's
Wednesday.
right. Yep,
Wednesdays.
and it's called the Weekday Wednesday Hump Day Show.
I love it. You have a great jingle. I get to
Yes.
dancing with it.
Oh,
and
Amy,
What time's it
Amy
come on?
Knowles made the jingle for us.
7:30.
She
7:30.
was so clever. She
Yeah.
came up with a great jingle, very upbeat and fun.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
too.
Upbeat.
Upbeat
I
and
think
fun.
we need more upbeat stuff
We do.
to watch
Yes.
for entertainment. You know, it's
So
just
much
thrown at us,
negativity.
the negativity.
We
But-
try to encourage people, when you lock or you close the gate, we call it our campus, that's
Right.
entirely enclosed with fencing. We try to encourage them, leave your problems outside the gate.
Right.
Especially with our clients, we don't want negative things. They have enough
Right.
in their life, we don't want that carrying into our.
And working in the animal field, I know that animals feel that.
Yes,
They feed
absolutely.
off that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't want to bring that in.
See, and
there.
I'm the no drama llama. So Llama
No
Laura,
drama llama.
Llama.
Yep, Llama Laura, no drama llama.
No
I
drama llama
love
more.
it. I love it.
We
No
have a
drama
good-
llama Laura.
So on your show on Wednesdays, do you just discuss what you've gone through throughout the week, or
We've
what do
got
you
a
talk about?
variety of things, but mostly we try to feature an animal. So it started off, we picked on Wednesdays because our camel's name is Wednesday.
Oh, love it.
And we
love it.
named
I do
her
too.
Wednesday because Wednesday is.
Okay.
So we named our camel. Like I said, we're punny with the names.
Awesome.
So it's
I love
Wednesday
it.
the camel. And it just worked out perfectly. They had a Wednesday spot. And we said, this is
Yeah.
perfect.
It just
Hump
works
Day
out.
show.
It's amazing how it works out.
7:30
Right.
BTW 21 right here.
Yes. And
Yes.
if you miss it there, you can catch it on BTW 21's Facebook page.
Yes.
On the next day.
That's
Now,
where I've watched today.
What I really admire, I've watched a couple episodes, but I've watched where you've had some children with some special needs come out, and that is really tugging at the heart.
Yeah,
Right.
we've
Just
had
great
some
things.
great shows. We've had, so our Enable program, that's Adults with Disabilities. This is a full-time, year-round animal husbandry-based program. And so I can dangle that as a carrot, say, hey, y'all have a good week. You want to be on TV? And they're like, yes,
Yes.
we love that.
we all want to be on TV.
And,
Yes.
and it also, so we're an educational program in every way. So they have a vocabulary word of the day, animal of the day, joke of the day to teach humor, because that's actually a very advanced concept, is humor.
Yeah.
And then we're doing some sign language each day.
Well, I see that you don't cut them no slack.
No.
No,
You
can't.
and
We can't.
they don't want that.
No.
They want to be treated like all of
It
us.
builds
Structure.
respect and structure.
Right.
And they respond. I mean, honestly, it's a two-way street. We would all cross
Absolutely.
crush glass for each other. We
Yes.
absolutely
Love it.
adore them to pieces and are so proud of their efforts, their progress. We have seen so
Their
much
pride in
growth.
it.
Yes.
I know. I remember going there, and they was very prideful.
And there's no
I
judgment.
love it. Right.
judgment.
I love it.
When I had my knee operation, they all fussed whenever they saw me move something. But let me help you. Let me help you. They had a lot of
I
concern
love
about
it.
making me, and it makes it feel good. It makes
Yeah,
you feel like
yeah.
you really wanted.
Right.
Just even
So much
emotionally, their
love.
development has,
It is.
that they are, it's not just self-centered now. They're looking to care for animals, how to care for
Yes.
other people, how to give back to the community. It's an amazing growth that we've seen with them.
I love
Some of
it.
them that have been, a
Nonverbal.
couple of them have been mostly nonverbal
Verbal,
and are
And then-
speaking a
Boom.
lot.
That is the growth needed too.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, a little responsibility. Don't be so self-absorbed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, if you're sitting there caring for an animal, you're not just thinking about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
your own worries, your own mishaps, your own work. You know, you're caring for other things. And man, this guy,
Speak of the
love him. No, I'm gonna put him in my pocket. We're going on the road together. We're out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure he's never been on a
We'll
motorcycle.
be on a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Going to
there you
Patrick
go.
County with the armadillo.
Right. Armadillo. Harley
We're going to have
Davidson.
to take a picture of him holding the handle.
Right, let's do it.
that will do
I
that.
love it.
Now, you said you had a picture of him and the cantaloupe or something?
Oh, yeah,
or-
you have that tonight.
There it is. Hey, Shania's on it.
Look at that.
You've been waiting.
Which one is which? Which one
tell,
is
isn't
which?
it?
Right. That's great.
I love it.
And that's
Mr.
Optimus.
Cantaloupe.
And that's
Yeah.
him, huh?
Optimus
And that is
Prime.
him, Optimus
You
Prime.
are a star. He's celebrity
Right.
now.
You a celebrity.
Now, getting back to what we led up to on the second half there, I said I don't agree with zoos. Y'all are not a zoo.
We are not a zoo.
That is one of the reasons that I brought my people to you. I wanted to come out there. Tell us exactly what you are.
Before we really get into
No.
that, I prefer to be referred to as a ranch, okay? Because farms and zoos are not what we are.
Right.
So we always try to refer to ourselves as the ranch or Infinity Acres Ranch. You never, rarely hear us refer to us as a zoo.
Thank God.
You know, we are referred to as a zoo, but
Yeah.
we don't correct that. But when you get there, you see the reason why.
Yes. And I totally agree with that because when I went there, I was like, I'm not a zoo person. I'm never going to any, taking my
Yeah.
kids to any zoo. I know everybody was like, meow, 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 meow. But I'm not a zoo person. And
I
so
think
when I went
zoos
there,
have a purpose.
So that's where I am. Zoos have a purpose.
have
They
a
get a
purpose.
bad name because they're looked at as, oh, we're just going to make an exhibit and we're going to sell tickets, and they look at a profit.
right.
That's not usually the case. I've been to Albuquerque Zoo. I've been to zoos, San Diego Zoo, and a lot of these zoos are animal activists.
Yes.
I mean, you know, they're trying to keep. Do we get?
hit the finger right when it gets spicy.
Right. So I am a fan of zoos. I think that's where we get our kids nowadays to get that love for animals and to look into, you know, maybe doing what y'all are doing.
We're lucky.
Yes.
We were to the Irwin Zoo in Australia, and let me tell you something. It's the best zoo we've ever been to in
Yeah.
our life.
Really?
It is.
Australia?
It was
Australia,
absolutely
yeah.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. So there are good ones out there, and they
Yes.
do have an animal protection program out there, you know, and a lot of the zoos do. You know, they have very, very, very strict rules on breeding and reproducing animals for
Awesome.
the fact that they need to increase the population of them.
Maybe that's where
They
I'm,
do
co-
a
I'm
lot
coming
of
from.
conservation.
Yeah.
They do a lot of conservation at the
Right.
zoos. They do a lot of
Very
propagation
strict.
of animals that are maybe threatened or endangered.
Oh,
And they do a lot of education. For us, all right, we're not a big zoo, or you're not a zoo. We do education programs.
right.
Our viewpoint is that when you have a personal interaction, it changes the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
And by changing the way you think, it changes the way you act and how you feel.
Right. And I
So-
love it.
If you come and, like some of your client residents, for the first time in their life, they've held a snake and they're going,
Right.
oh, wow.
Yes.
All right? They're never going to want to kill another one.
No.
If they see an armadillo, you know you're going to swerve off the road. You're not going to
Oh,
ever,
absolutely.
you know.
Right.
Having that personal connection makes a difference. Even like, all right, this sounds kind of silly, but I love chocolate, okay? You won't find too many people that like chocolate more than I do. And I love Nutella. But you know what? It's made with palm oil. And because of the palm oil with the destruction in habitat, I don't buy
buy it.
I
Nutella.
didn't think about
We're all
that.
about
Isn't that silly? I mean,
Well, it's not silly.
And it's
I
not
mean,
like
I totally
Laura
understand
not
that.
buying it is
Right.
going to make a difference. But
Right.
if Laura and a whole bunch of others, it will make a difference.
Right. Amen.
And
yes.
it changes the way you think and feel once you
does.
develop a relationship. So I have animals from South America. I'm invested in not wanting habitat destruction.
Right.
Right. I
So-
think that's what a zoo, the Bronx Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
The Bronx Zoo is what turned me into an animal lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have that Bronx Zoo at 6 years old or however I was,
Mm-hmm.
however old I was, I don't feel that I'd be where I am today. So, you
That's
know,
a good zoo too. That's a really
right,
nice
that
zoo.
is a very beautiful zoo. But that's just where it is. I do know your argument. You know, we have animals in cages, we have animals that are not in their habitat, but most of the animals in America that are in habitat were at one time either injured or orphaned or needed a place. It wasn't
Right.
a bunch of people just enslaving animals,
No.
Right.
so to say. So,
And I pretty much at this point, I think almost all of our zoos have conservation and propagation programs, and they
As a
all have
requirement,
education.
as
Yeah,
a
they're
requirement, you
required
can't
to.
be a zoo if it's,
And an educational component. So they
Yeah.
are teaching people that, they put up those pictures of a turtle, sea turtle caught up in a fishing net, or the seagulls or the fish that are
Right.
caught up with plastic and things.
Right.
And it creates an atmosphere where people want to take care of the planet better. They want to support conservation programs
I can see that. Yeah.
because they develop a personal, I've met Flipper. I want to save porpoises the
I've
rest of my
Right.
life.
I used to deliver paper goods to Albuquerque Zoo in the mornings, and you'd hear those lions just roar first thing in the morning.
Wow.
And
That
you
would be
felt,
something.
You felt it in your chest.
Yeah.
It was great. So,
Well,
I have a special place.
Another half is flew by.
Oh,
I've
we
been,
done?
Yeah.
Did
Well,
we got the
I
message,
got
huh?
the finger, and then I got double fingers. So when I get double fingers, that means wrap it up, and I hate that. But
Laura,
Our pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you
great
for
to
having
see
us
you
on the
again.
Rick.
show.
Always willing to come back.
man,
Love to-
please come
love
back,
this.
please,
Thank you
please,
very much.
please. We
Thank
want you
you
to come
very
back.
much.
We want you to come back.
absolutely.
And bring old Optimus Prime back too. He's the star of Martinsville.
They're not bringing
now.
them back. I'll be bringing them back.
We don't run out
When he
of
comes
things
up
to
missing,
say.
we'll know where to look.
Right. Over there.
And I got to
Patrick
say,
County.
congratulations. I am so happy that you are in charge of that
Yes.
you.
medical
We just
practice
gotta-
over
Aren't
there.
we all?
We just
Yes.
got to keep it going. You know,
And how many veterinarians do you have now?
we have 3 now. We had 4. One had to go back to South Boston, but he'll be back in the winter.
Good.
So we have 4 vets that we
Yay.
work,
Oh,
and we're working on
congratulations.
some more.
You're growing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That is
we're not going to
wonderful.
just maintain. We're going to grow.
Are you
Yes.
still doing wildlife rehab?
We are, yes.
Okay.
And Dr. Thomason, she actually works for the Virginia Wildlife Department up there. She's
She's amazing.
She's amazing. She's
All of them are amazing.
just operated on some
But
snakes.
Karen,
She's-
Dr. Karen.
Yeah, people were putting these fake eggs in snake in the chicken coops, and the snake swallows it. So she's got to go out there. But anyways, we're running out of time.
Please don't do
Come
that.
on
Yeah.
back.
Thank
Come
you.
on
We
back.
will
sis.
be glad to
Hey, y'all be real. Come on back, sis.